Hey friends, it's Steven with Leviathan Snakes, and for this week's video, we are going to be talking about how we would go about starting a ball python breeding business in January of 2023, and how we would do it on a budget of $1,000 specifically for the snakes. And I say that caveat on there is because while $1,000 is relative, whether or not it's a lot or a small amount of money to pretty much everybody, depending on your circumstances, when it comes to a breeding business, if it comes to starting a business on $1,000 is a very, very small amount of money. And I personally do not believe that you can start a breeding business on $1,000. I think that you will have expenses that come in, whether it's the feed for the animals, if it's electricity, if it's the enclosures, all of these different things that will 100% push it beyond the $1,000 price. So for this video, this is just the snakes that we would buy if we were starting a business, a breeding business without any animals, but we did maybe have the enclosures already or something like that, and we had a $1,000 budget to spend on the animals. We hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, please like, comment, subscribe, and let's jump into it. So I am a big believer that the most successful breeding businesses, ball python breeding businesses in our kind of world, specialize in something. They specialize in a project. That doesn't mean that they don't have other projects going on, but they're well known for one kind of project, or maybe two or three, but a small amount of projects. I think that spreading yourself too thin at the beginning will end up resulting in a situation where you have a bunch of random animals that don't really work together, and then when it comes time for you to really start making your pairings, you find out that you have one male who can go with one female, and you have another male who can go with another female, and you have another female that you don't really have a good male to go with her at all, so then you pair some random thing, and you end up making a clutch of animals that nobody really wants because you just wanted to have another clutch. Instead, I think that you should be deliberate, you should be focused, especially at the beginning, because if you're focused at the beginning, you can build your foundation right, and then you can scale it later on and make some really, really cool moves and have really, really good return on the investment and the time that you've spent putting into raising those animals up. So for this situation, because the price threshold is $1,000, I think that the project or the animal that you should focus on, or we would focus on in this, is banana. And the reason why I think that banana is a perfect animal for this is because they are fairly inexpensive, but they are so bright and flashy that pet owners love them. They are some of the most popular animals that we sell, especially when we're at local shows. And I think that when you're in the $1,000 threshold, you are primarily going to be selling to pet owners. So I think that banana is a perfect one. But while banana is perfect for pet owners, I don't think that it sets up a really strong foundation for a breeding business if you just are breeding a banana to a normal and you're making banana and normals. Instead, recessives form the foundation of the higher end breeding business. Specifically, it's moving in the direction of multi-recessives, but I don't think that that's really possible to do well if you have a budget of $1,000 for your animals. So instead, I think that you should focus on one recessive, and for this example, because I looked up some of the prices on Morph Market before this video, we're going to be talking about clown. So it's going to be bananas are our kind of main focus, and then clown is the recessive that we're going to be building off and building for the future for this scenario. So when it comes to a animal that you're trying to buy, most of the time, and there are specific situations where this doesn't make sense if you have, or you can do more, like if you have an ultrasound, you can pair one male to more females than you could otherwise, but because $1,000 we're going off of, that's not possible. Realistically, most situations you can pair one male pretty easily to 4 females in a breeding season, and that they will be okay, they'll be able to handle it, because you can just pair them, put the male in for 1 week, or 1 week you put the male in, once they lock, you take them out, you let them have some rest, you feed them. The next week you put them in with a different female, and you do that throughout the month, and then you repeat the process until they end up having laying a clutch. So we are going to be looking for 1 male in this situation and 4 females. Now, one thing that I think that happens a lot is people talk about odds when it comes to the ball python world. And while you can have wild odds where you pair a banana to a normal and you get an entire clutch of bananas, that's not likely, and it's much, much more likely that you might, if you had 8 eggs, get 5, 4, 3 bananas, and then the other ones are normals. But when we are starting out, when we're looking at a budget, we want to try to eliminate the odds as much as possible. So I think that the male probably should be a super banana, because a super banana is the homozygous form of banana, and it guarantees that every single one of its offspring will get 1 copy of banana. And this means that when you are producing your babies, you know for a fact all of them will at least be a banana, and bananas sell well to the pet market. So you're kind of ensuring that you are going to have the best possible outcome for your target market right there, and you don't have to worry about getting bad odds and then you kind of wrecked your season because you have a bunch of normals that you can't end up selling. In addition to the super banana, I do think that if we're working the clown project, you should try to find a super banana with het clown. And that sounds like maybe if you are listening to this from a couple, or you've been buying a bunch of your snakes a couple years ago, that might be like, that's gonna be way more than $1,000. I just looked it up, and there are several super banana het clown males on Morph Market right now for roughly the $300 range. And I think that that is a steal. That is an awesome opportunity because that super banana het clown male will be able to ensure that every single one of his babies will get banana, which is going to be super valuable to the pet market. And the het clown means that he's going to be able to start pushing you towards visual recessives right away, even though he is not a visual recessive. You're not playing odds on, is it a pos het or something? You know, 100% het clown. So super banana, 100% het clown male, roughly for $300 on Morph Market right now. That's the male that I think that should be picked up. When it comes to the females, because you have a super banana male, you don't have to get banana on the female side because you know every single one of the babies will end up having banana. And in my opinion at least, I actually think that the single gene banana looks better than the super banana. The single gene banana has a little bit like stronger saturation, where the super banana kind of fades it out a little bit. Granted, the regular bananas, not super bananas, do develop freckles as they age, which I personally think that they're cool, but some people don't like that. But I do think that the bananas, for most people, especially in the breeding world, the regular banana, not the super banana, is more desirable because it gives them better colors, especially as babies. And as they are breeding that banana in the future, they are going to be able to have bananas for some, non-bananas for others, and it gives them more room to take their projects. So for the females, I do not think that you should have banana in them. But I do think, because of the clown part, we should have at least het clown in every single one of the females. And we're looking for 4 females in this scenario. So for this scenario, I think that the very first female that you should get would be an inchy het clown female. And the reason why I think that you should get an incomplete dominant gene or dominant gene in addition to the het clown in this scenario is that it's going to let you be able to make snakes that you do not currently have, and it lets you push the project forward. So if you're pairing your super banana het clown to an inchy het clown, there's a chance that you can make an inchy banana clown, which is going to be way beyond what you currently have. And then that could be your holdback. If it was a male, if it was a female, it just depends on what you're looking for. So that way you're able to continually build up your projects, and then the other babies, maybe the non-visual clowns or just whatever, you have great animals that you can sell to pet owners or people at local shows. So I think inchy het clown female, they go for, let me check my notes real quick. $100 is what I saw on Morph Market right before I shot this video. So you can find an inchy het clown female for about $100. So with the super banana het clown male for $300, the inchy het clown female for $100, we're looking at $400, not quite half of our budget. So our second female that we think that you should get, because also pretty inexpensive, is a yellow belly het clown female. And the reason why I say a yellow belly het clown female is because yellow belly looks amazing in the clown project, and it makes the colors on clowns way more saturated. So it goes really well together with them. So I think that with the yellow belly het clown female, by the way, I looked up right before this, about $80 on Morph Market for a yellow belly het clown female that's a hatchling. You'll be able to make banana yellow belly clowns, or have a shot at making banana yellow belly clowns, which is going to set you up really, really well in your next generation for your holdbacks. Beyond the yellow belly het clown female, I do think that you should get at least one visual clown female right away without any other like genes in them. This is going to end up being about $200, $250. So a visual clown female paired to your super banana het clown male is going to make sure that you get all bananas, and all of the babies will at least be 100% het clown. Now, really, the reason why we want her is it doubles your odds to get the visual, so it's very likely you will get banana clowns in this in case you didn't get it in your other pairings. The other thing that I think is really nice about it is once she is up to size and you are working other projects, having a visual clown female gives you a little bit more variety, or gives you a little bit more versatility in your projects, because you can pair something that's not part of the clown project to her and still ensure that you're making 100% hets. And with the het females that you have, it's almost, if you're not pairing them to a het clown or a visual clown male, you're kind of wasting some of their potential. Now, with the advent of genetic testing, this kind of goes away a little bit, because you could always test those babies to figure out if they are het clown, even if you didn't pair them to a clown. But I do think that having a visual clown female right away is going to help you out, and it's something that I would suggest in this scenario. So $200, $250 for a visual clown female hatchling, no other genes in them. The last snake that I think that you should get if you are trying to buy these snakes to start a ball python breeding business, and you had roughly a $1,000 budget, is a black pastel het clown female. Now this is actually kind of up there in price in terms of the other hets, and she is on Morph Market if you're looking for one. They're about $300 on Morph Market. So this is just as expensive as the Super Banana het clown male, but the reason why I think that the black pastel het clown female is so good for this project is that black pastel clowns look amazing. Black pastel bananas look wild. They look so, so good. And a black pastel banana clown is just incredible. They look great, so I do think that this is going to have some really, really flashy snakes that will be desirable to both pet owners and breeders, and it sets you up where you're able to hold back some really, really awesome snakes. So with all of these together, if you're kind of going off of $300 for the Super Banana male, $100 for the Inchy het clown female, $80 for the Yellow Belly het clown female, $250, I went on the high side, for the visual clown female, and $300 for the black pastel het clown female, you're looking at $1,030, and again, there's shipping, there's stuff like that. I know it's technically just a little bit over budget, but you may be able to negotiate things on this too, or if you pick them up at local shows, because a lot of these animals you'll be able to find at local shows. You may not have to pay shipping, so I do think that all of these animals are right there in that range of you have a $1,000 budget and you're trying to set up for a ball python breeding business. So once you have these snakes, what should you do? Once you get them, I think that it's very important to start marketing yourself right away. So I would set up an Instagram page, and I would be taking pictures of the animals, I'd be taking reels of the animals, and talking about how you love the banana project. I would make a lot of content that is geared towards pet owners. So this would be like care guides, this would be enrichment, things like this, enclosure setups. Because your target market at first is going to be other people who are wanting to buy their first ball pythons, and you're going to have a lot of animals that will really, really appeal to them once you start breeding. And you should market yourself like this for all of the entire time up until you get a clutch. You should not wait until you get a clutch to start doing it. Then, once you start getting your clutches, I personally would probably hold back almost all of the visual clown combo females that I got from all of these different snakes to help build up that direction in it, and I would probably hold back maybe 1 or 2 visual clown combo males that were produced from them as well, and that these would start forming the basis of future kind of like higher end breeder type projects, because you would then be able to, at that time, from the proceeds of the babies that you sold, go out and buy a more powerful het clown male or a multi-recessive animal that has clown as one of the genes or het clown as one of the genes. And then once those visual females, those visual clown combo females are grown up, you can be working in a bunch of genes into that new project or to that new male right away and really, really accelerate the pace that you are able to grow. Now, with this approach, you're probably never going to get to the point, or it's very unlikely that you'll get to the point anytime soon, like within 5 to 10 years, of being like a leader of a specific project. Instead, the goal isn't to try to be on the cutting edge of a project. It is to provide amazing animals, amazing service, and grow the hobby by bringing more people into it with beautiful, beautiful bananas. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you next week.